A thing derided is a thing dead. A laughing man is stronger than a suffering man. Judge the goodness of a book by the energy of the punches it has given you. I believe the greatest characteristic of genius is above all force. Life must be a constant education. One must learn everything, from speaking to dying. It's a delicious thing to write, to be no longer yourself, but to move in an entire universe of your own creating. What an awful thing life is, isn't it? It's like soup with lots of hairs floating on the surface. You have to eat it nevertheless. One mustn't ask apple trees for oranges, France for sun, women for love, life for happiness. Nothing is more humiliating than to see idiots succeed in enterprises we have failed in. Stupidity consists in wanting to reach conclusions. We are a thread, and we want to know the whole cloth. The whole dream of democracy is to raise the proletarian to the level of stupidity attained by the bourgeois. Life is so horrible that one can only bear it by avoiding it, and that can be done by living in the world of art. It's always sad to leave a place to which one knows one will never return. What wretched poverty of language to compare stars to diamonds. You must write for yourself above all. That is your only hope of creating something beautiful. The future is the worst thing about the present. The deplorable mania of doubt exhausts me. I doubt about everything, even my doubts. Anything becomes interesting if you look at it long enough. Only three things are infinite: the sky and its stars, the sea and its drops of water, and the heart in its tears. The rider must wade into life as into the sea, but only up to the navel. I have dreamed much and have done very little. Everything one invents is true. You may be perfectly sure of that. Poetry is as precise as geometry. Doubt is an illness that comes from knowledge and leads to madness. One must always hope when one is desperate, and doubt when one hopes. Prose is like hair, it shines with combing. A man is a critic when he cannot be an artist, in the same way that a man becomes an informer when he cannot be a soldier. Do not imagine you can exercise what oppresses you in life by giving vent to it in art. I am irritated by my own writing. I am like a violinist whose ear is true, but whose fingers refuse to reproduce precisely the sound he hears within. You don't know what it is to stay a whole day with your head in your hands, trying to squeeze your unfortunate brain so as to find a word. The one way of tolerating existence is to lose oneself in literature, as in a perpetual orgy. Stupidity lies in wanting to draw conclusions. How we keep these dead souls in our hearts. Each one of us carries within himself his necropolis. There are two infinities that confuse me. The one in my soul devours me. The one around me will crush me. Through small apertures we glimpse abysses whose somber depths turn us faint. And yet, over the whole there hovers an extraordinary tenderness. The denigration of those we love always detaches us from them in some degree. Never touch your idols. The gilding will stick to your fingers. That man has missed something, who has never left a brothel at sunrise, feeling like throwing himself into the river out of pure disgust. It is necessary to sleep upon the pillow of doubt. Of all the icy blasts that blow on love, a request for money is the most chilling.